Hello. Hi, a very good morning to all of you. Today we are going to discuss the case note of a 9-year-old boy, and his name is Wicky Alfred. Today's date is 10th October 2019, and let's go ahead and read the writing task. And this is a writing task which is addressed to the child's mother, that is Wicky Alfred's mother, to adjust with his behavior changes and measures to cooperate with it. So we have an information letter. So information delivering letter. So we are giving some instructions to the child's mother in this letter. So it's not something related to some serious care, some general instructions what we have to give to the child's mother and update her about the behavioral changes which we have noticed with her child, Wicky Alfred. Now let's go ahead and see what exactly the condition is. Wicky Alfred, and he is a 9-year-old student, grade 4 student. So a 9-year grade 4 student, Wicky Alfred, now he has the diagnosis of obsessive compulsive disorder. Right now, he lives with his parents. His father is a school teacher and a mother is a sales executive. Grandmother had epilepsy, father is diabetic and on diabetic medication. Now, let us go further. What's the reason for the consultation? Now, when his mother came to us for consulting Wicky, she reported that Wicky had the following problems. These are the symptoms that she observed for the past 2 weeks. Number one, meaningless repetition of some words, does not talk to anyone, continuously washing hands, takes more time to take bath, fear of darkness, cries every night due to nightmares, repeatedly talk same topics or incidents, not interested in studies, agitated. So these are the symptoms. These are the presenting complaints. Now, when she presented Wicky to us, she reported, the mother reported that these were the changes in his behavior, which she has noticed for the past 2 weeks. And this is the main reason why she brought him to our care. Now we have observed and we have seen that Wicky is gloomy and sitting with bended head. Now that is the objective data which we have. Now what medicines we have given him is that selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors and antidepressants. We have given some pharmacological therapy, that is these things we have given, SSRIs and antidepressants. Now, when we go ahead with the management, we have support groups, aversion therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy, psychoeducation, rational emotive behavior therapy, exposure and response prevention, group psychotherapy, systematic desensitization, include nuts, seeds, vegetables, and whole grains, protein-rich food, egg, beans, and meats, give reassurance and comfort, build coping skills. A lot of managements are there, to which we need to focus his mother's attention to these types of management. So we need to give some instruction to his mother to be a part of this adjustment therapy. To cooperate with the condition, she needs to learn how to cooperate with the behavioral changes of her son. So we need to teach her or to instruct her what you should do and what you should not do. This is somewhat we have to present in this thing. So we don't need the family history here. And we don't need the reasons for consultation, because the reason of consultation was reported by the mother herself. The reasons for consultation was reported by the mother herself. So we don't need that. We can brief it. And family history, because she knows everything. So why we should do that? We need to go ahead with the treatment and management. We need to focus ahead with the treatment and management. We need to give a correct purpose. The treatment management, which we are continuing and which mother is expected to involve in. And then we have to close the letter. Nothing serious in this. We have no serious things here in this particular letter. So we just see 10 October, that is today's date, or what we have seen here, today's date. Mother of Wicky Alfred, we don't have a name here. We can say only Wicky Alfred, the son's name. That doesn't necessarily mean that this is Wicky Alfred. This is Mrs. Alfred. Some may write it as Mrs. Alfred. Most probably it may be Mrs. Alfred, but as far as we don't have any clear indication that it is Mrs. Alfred here, we don't go for that. For the safer side, we write mother of Wicky Alfred. And we can say dear parent. In some cases, you can write, no problem. If you want to write Mrs. Alfred, you can write. But as per the case note, nowhere we have a clear indication that this is Mrs. Alfred. So you can assume that Wicky Alfred may be his father's name. So it is Mrs. Alfred. This is what the assumption most of the candidates make. Okay, it's okay, but safer side, we went with the safer side, mother of Wicky Alfred, and we went with dear parent. We have not mentioned the name. Reference Wicky Alfred, aged 9. Sorry. Okay. So what is the purpose? I'm writing to update the current condition of your son. Yes. You know, why we have written update? You know the current condition of your son. You know that he is having some behavioral changes. But we are here to update the current condition. Some more information we are going to give you. The current condition of your son. His name is Wicky Alfred. That is the current condition is number 1. Number 2, to provide necessary instructions to cope with these behavioral changes. The number 1 is the updation of the current condition of your son. Number two is to provide necessary instruction to cope with his behavioral changes. Now, he has been diagnosed with a condition called obsessive compulsive disorder. Right now, what he has been diagnosed with a condition called obsessive compulsive disorder. His diagnosis is given. For what you are writing the letter, to update the current condition of your son, Wicky Alfred, and to provide necessary instructions to cope with his behavioral changes. So the purpose is written in 2 sentences. And what is written in the first paragraph? As you reported some behavioral changes while presenting Wicky to our care, his status was assessed thoroughly. Yes. So it is clear that the mother has reported behavioral changes. Based on that, we confirmed his diagnosis. After confirming his diagnosis, what was his diagnosis? It is obsessive compulsive disorder. This is what the updation is. This is what the updation is. So she presented to our care with some Wicky, who has some behavioral problems. Now, what happened is that we assessed and confirmed his diagnosis, and this is the updation. We are updating you. The condition is obsessive compulsive disorder. And he was prescribed with medications, including antidepressants. Why I have not written selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors? Because as a sales representative or marketing executive, she won't be able to understand this pharmacological name. So, but she might understand what is antidepressants. So we can say antidepressants there, including, so other medications are also given. Antidepressants is one of the medications that we have given. So the pharmacological intervention is mentioned, is updated to the mother. Number one, updation to his mother is the diagnosis. Number two, updation is that what medications we have given to Wicky. Under our care, he has been given various therapies. Now we are giving he has been given various therapies, number of therapies, including cognitive behavioral therapy, aversion therapy, rational emotive behavior therapy, group psychotherapy, psychoeducation, and systemic desensitization. These are the third updation. Updation number one, confirmation of the disease. Updation number two, about the pharmacological medications. Updation number three, other therapies that we are giving Wicky. Now, we are moving ahead with the second part, that is necessary instructions to cope with his behavioral changes. Now, let's see what it is. Necessary instructions to cope with his behavioral changes. As a carer of your child, you are requested to provide him protein-rich food such as eggs, meat, and beans. Also include whole grains, nuts, seeds, and vegetables in his diet. You are also a carer. As a carer of your child, you are caring your child, you are requested to provide him protein-rich food. Eggs, meat, and beans. We need a comma there. Sorry. Also include whole grains, nuts, seeds, and vegetables in his diet. Another dietary management. Now what as a carer, as a mother, what what's the priority is the food which she can give. So what she has to concentrate in the diet, that we have given instructions about the diet. That was the first instruction what we have given. The second instruction that we have given is to prevent the exposure and response to the triggers. You need to prevent the exposure and response to the triggers and help him to build the coping skills. So we have these things in the management. So what we have seen as what we are giving is aversion therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy, psychoeducation, rational emotive behavioral therapy, group psychotherapy, and systemic desensitization. This is what the professionals give him. And what you are involved in is that you have to give him, you have to concentrate in his diet, and you have to give importance to prevent, be careful in preventing the exposure of the triggers and response to this thing, and building up coping skills. And we have two more things here. The thing is involved in support group. Yeah, that's it. And reassurance and comfort. This is the left out thing. So let's go ahead with that too. Kindly involve him in the best support groups and provide him reassurance and comfort. So what we have categorized to two paragraphs. The first paragraph, we have given some therapies which has a professional touch. The second paragraph, we have given instructions regarding the diet, prevention of this triggers, coping skills, support groups, reassurance, and comfort. So instructions and information which are necessary to cooperate with Wicky's condition. So this is given to Wicky's mother. It would be appreciated if you could adjust with his changed behavioral pattern and adopt appropriate measures to modify it positively. So what you are supposed to do is that you please adjust with the changed behavioral pattern. So Wicky has a changed behavioral pattern. Please adjust with that. And you please adopt appropriate measures to modify it positively. You cannot change it abruptly. You have to modify it positively in the way as we have instructed in the previous paragraph. And if you have any further clarification, we have given instruction to you. If you have any further clarification about Wicky's existing condition, and in case of the need of any assistance to cooperate with this behavior, so you might need assistance with clarification of his condition. You might need assistance to to cooperate with his behavior. If you need assistance for either of these, you please contact me, yours faithfully, nurse. So that's what we have written here in this particular case. Thank you. I hope everyone must have understood this thing. Thank you.